Hi there. Welcome to your 111 portal access and code activation. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking this time for yourself and ultimately for the collective. We all benefit when we take time to gain more knowledge, gain more assistance on our journeys, especially spiritual journeys that can be lonely and tough at times. But of course, the flip side of that is the growth that comes. So, this was originally going to be live. It is being taped on 111. This is actually right before 111. So, I wanted to make sure you could access this at a time that's convenient to you and not be locked into a certain time depending on what's going on. I know there's a lot of different events going on today to harness this energy. So I wanted this to be available whenever. Let's see. We've got so much going on right now. And taking the time to get some assistance from the higher realms on, and you're not locked in to what happens. Of course, we all have free will, so you can do with all of this as you will. But if something comes in, you get the choice. Am I gonna take this and harness it? How am I gonna interpret it for myself right now? Those are all ways we make choices, right? So please don't feel blocked in or locked in or like you can't do something on your own. You always have the choice. On that note, though, we do have guidance that is there for us if we ask. So it's always nice to be able to ask for guidance from the higher realm. And again, moving forward as we're going to take that information as it fits in our life at the time. So, and it's always a choice. Always, always, always a choice. But we are better together as a human collective, better together with our guides, with our ascended masters, our avatars, our spirit guides, our passed on loved ones, and of course the archangels in source. So, or God, or whatever term you have for universal spirit creator. Anyways, today's session is going to be a guided journey that I am channeling. So I will channel the information. So you'll hear bouts of me talking, and then I'll be a little quiet, and then I'm going to talk again, of course, as I interpret what's coming through. So anyways, find yourself a very comfortable place, seated, lying down, get nice and warm to receive this information. It'll probably be about 20 to 30 minutes-ish. I never know exactly how long, but it's usually about that. And yeah, if you have any questions, please contact me. I have my information will be at the bottom of the video, and I'd love to hear how this journey works for you and how your journey has been. I know it's been crazy for a lot of us. This last year was really, really, really a lot of soul growth. I personally had to learn to receive in ways I never thought I would be receiving. My ego, of course, then was laid so far down to do that and know what that feels like and be okay and still feel worthy. That was a big one for me. And of course, my gratitude game got upped tenfold. I already have a gratitude practice, and it got bumped up tenfold. And I just feel like a veil had lifted towards the end of last year, and all those lessons then joined in or became one and weren't scattered everywhere. And I could take that energy and harness it to move forward to continue on my path and purpose. So I hope that is something that is happening for you as well. So if you have yourself in a nice, comfortable position, nice and comfortable, I'm going to go ahead and ask that you access your feet for a moment. Just give them a little touch, a little tap. Archangel Sandalphon came through earlier when I was in meditation and said, make sure you're grounded for all of this. There's so much energy going on. Make sure and pay attention to your feet and being grounded, especially. And then if you are nice and comfortable, if you are nice and warm and ready, I'm going to ask that you start taking some consistent breaths. So breathing into lower abdominals to ground. Bring that breath up to the chest and then to a throat intention. Really bringing space and oxygen to all those areas. We're going to go ahead and release the same way. Abdominals, chest, and throat intention. I'm going to ask that you do that 2 more times. So breathing into the lower abdominals, bringing that breath up to the chest and to a throat intention, and releasing the same way. Abdominals, chest, throat. All right. So we'll start with the invocation. We are asking guidance from the Universal Spirit Creator, our angels, and our spirit guides to move from soul to subconscious, from subconscious to conscious being, to higher self. We request protected conduit to the realm of the highest good, aligned only to light, so that we may raise our vibration for the good of all beings, and so that we may step back and truly see and be. In so much gratitude, humility, and grace. We're asking for 100% connection to Source at this time, 100% connection, gold cord at heart chakra. And Archangel Alexandra and Sandalphon are here. They are taking posts. They do this sometimes before we get started. So I see Archangel Alexandra to the left and Sandalphon to the right. Again, as above, so below. And Archangel Shamuel to come help us with making sure we're coming from heart space in all our interactions. And of course, I have Kuan Yin. You get a vision of Kuan Yin this whole time. If you open your eyes during the journey. Of course, having compassion for ourselves so we can then share it with others. And I did feel intuitive to do a thumb to middle finger mudra. So my hands are actually in that. If you would like to do that. Very fitting with being compassionate and open with the heart space. That finger relates to the pericardium meridian in acupressure, puncture, Chinese medicine. So that sac that surrounds the heart. And we're starting off this one walking, again, guided by Archangel Alexandra, and there's images of taking a sack and kind of throwing it over your back, but on each side. So if you had a sack of some kind and you picked it up and then you pulled it on to your, kind of swung it around to your back and then did it on the other side, right and left. And it's heavy. So we're kind of walking and it's heavy. Now those burdens, they're representing those burdens. Those spiritual burdens. Okay, the way we've been interacting with our sense of, I'm hearing abundance, our earth, existence. We are walking, we're on earth. We actually, it's a sandy ground again, that we're walking on. It's a nice day, it's warm out, the sun is shining. But those burdens, those earthly burdens, are things we think we need to do in order to survive. And they're spiritually a burden then, right? So it's not that we're having a spiritual burden, but those make it so that our soul has a hard time shining its truth. And as those, and I'm really getting a tingling and a goosebumpy feeling here, with this image of then walking as in the same sand under our feet, sunny skies, and those bags are slowly, they're open and they're letting out those burdens, and it's literally, kind of, it's instantly lightning. We're standing up tall as we walk away, and it's slow. It's not like ick, ooh, or anything, right? It's there's an ease around it. And once those sacks are empty, right, and they're down our backs, they do turn into wings. So it's a freeing experience to then have those things that we've told ourselves we need to do that have actually become a burden, and thus made it a burden for the soul to shine as it needs to be. And how freeing it is to have a different relationship with the concept of that. I'm also getting that because there wasn't an ick, ew, let me throw this, and it's being incorporated back into the earth, that it's not, they're not saying you have to leave, completely leave a corporate job or something like that. That's not the message. I feel like the ease around it is coming to a balance within the structure. We have to have both, and we need actually both to have our human existence, right? And they're saying that's how we're really gonna incorporate, as we're all becoming so much more aware. And whether you're on a spiritual journey or not, starseed, etc. So whether you're that or, that is not your path, incorporating energy, spiritual, physical, and having a balance with all of it is the desire. Having a space for all of them. So again, they're not saying one path is better. They're all needed. They're all needed. They're all valid. Okay, so once we do, though, have that sense of the physical burden, and the lightening of the physical body will help us to ascend, will help us to gain the spiritual knowledge that we're looking for. In the image of the person walking with the wings and then being ascended, actually lifting off of earth. So now we actually are not on walking anymore. We are light bodies moving about. I'm seeing galactic family again. Okay, so and they're doing this. I'm not sure how to describe. Okay, so it's almost like you not plunked, but it's almost like this. If you kind of bounce, okay, like you're going up to your galactic family, and say there's a seat near them, and you kind of bounce into the seat. You know, there's a bit of a movement there. They're always there. They're always there. You can ask again for guidance or assistance. They're there to share what they know. And of course, whichever one you're drawn to, if you don't know your galactic family or your soul archetype, you can ask. And if that's something completely foreign, I'd be more than happy to help with that. And whatever one you are more affiliated with, it doesn't mean you can't gain access to other ones, or information or things like that. So there might just be one you feel a little more comfortable with, but we don't have to rush. And I think that's what the bouncing was. Like, you don't have to rush into it. Your information is coming just as you need it. You know, the lessons that you go through, the things that you go through, are needed for your soul growth. Of course, it's never, ever easy when we're going through that. And if you are going through a hard time, I know how that is. And so holding space, holding a lot of space around that. And so it's not just these words coming out, that there's space for all the emotions, all the things that come up. All right, so another image is coming through now. We are viewing this from an aerial. So again, we're light bodies, and we're seeing the pure golden creator light coming out of the pyramids. So we're in Egypt. We're seeing those pyramids there, and that light is coming out, shooting out the top. Oh, interesting. Okay. In pre-meditation, I got images of that we were going to see the pyramids again, and also to Rapa Nui or Easter Island. And I was curious as to why. So the first connection I'm getting with those two, and we'll see when we get to Rapa Nui, because we will be going there. Um, all right. So making sure soul, ancestral souls are on their path and purpose. So an area or a sacred area doesn't actually have to hold the soul of the ancestor to hold the sacredness of it. That the energy will still be there, but to have more souls continue on their path and purpose, to not be earthbound or fourth dimension bound. Huh, okay. This is really interesting. We'll be able to, and then Archangel Shamuel came and said we'll be able to access our heart space. Our heart space. Not only for to receive love, but how easy it will be able to flow out. That when souls hang around at third dimension, and they're usually attached to a place, right? An earth place, a building place, or on a person, that they need to go on to the higher realms to continue their path and purpose. And that's a lightening for a human body. For a soul having a human experience, that's lightening that load again. Okay? It's hard to let our passed on loved ones go if they are attached. This is bringing up so much emotion. I'm feeling all the emotion that's coming through this. It's a tough one. Passed on loved ones, ancestors, ones that we don't know in this lifetime. But when the release happens of not being, so if the soul, the soul that is passed on is not earthbound or in fourth dimension anymore, it brings clarity to the relationship. It does not change the closeness, okay? It just brings clarity so that you can hear and see more, but still have that same closeness. to hear their messages. And again, this will be easier with those ancestral souls that maybe we didn't have a human existence with an incarnation this lifetime. The ones that we have, that's extremely tough. So, but again, the message is that the closeness won't change. It's just the clarity within the relationship. Okay, the energy's always there. Always there. That connection is always there. All right, we're back. We actually dove into the Pacific. Nothing like Mother Ocean to embrace us, right, when we're going through emotionally hard times. Salt is cleansing, it's grounding, nurturing. Okay, I'm being shown the statues, and I think they're called, I'm going to mess up how to say those, so I can't remember exactly. I know it starts with an M. But the statues that the Rapa Nui, so we're on that island, is known for the ancestral statues. Again, we're getting into the ancestors of the Rapa Nui people. And they're showing me the images of those statues that we just see, mainly the head, but a whole body. So a whole body statue just hugging the earth. Hugging the earth. It's really important that we're seeing that. To combine again, right? The ancestral knowledge, the spiritual path journey with the skin suit, with our earth bodies. Keep hearing nourishing. I keep hearing nourishing, how nourishing she is for us. Interesting that I'm being shown like when a elder had passed, and then they keep showing like passings of like a pharaoh in Egypt and whatnot, and they keep going back and forth with those two rituals of the two different areas. And then connecting. So connecting these energetic dots. Wow. In a triangle, but it's laying on its side. It's not point up or point down, it's sideways. And base is at the pyramids, and the point is in Rapa Nui or Easter Island. Okay. Okay, so we're getting 2 codes then. Okay. So 1 code's coming from that beautiful golden light beam that's coming from the pyramid. So that is going to be shown to you on that. And when it's shown to you, they keep showing me almost like it's at a bit of a, not waterfall, but it kind of opens up, right? It's not just a straight beam, it kind of opens up to present it. So that's your spiritual code right now. So take your time and be with that. It can be, again, a smell, a symbol, a word, a phrase, piece of a song. Whatever is going to help you at this time. So to see what your other code is, and we got 2 this time.